What's up, folks? What's up, Patriots? Look, we all know where this green movement is going. We know the direction. We know the trajectory where they want to take all of this. I just am asking you to put on your tinfoil conspiracy thinking caps on for just a moment because I came across an article that grabbed my attention. It's about zombie deer disease. Now, at first, you might hear that and think to yourself, "Oh, that's ridiculous," and you start laughing. But when you understand that lots of beef is being recalled right now. There was about almost 6,000 pounds of ground up beef one company had to recall. And through the past, we've seen other companies recall their meat as well. So, with that in mind, and we know that they want us eating petri grown meat, beef grown in laboratories. Is it a far-fetched idea to think maybe, just maybe, they can implement some kind of disease in our wildlife, in our national parks, paint our meat, and even the deer? Because you know, how many times have you heard somebody say, well, if they get the meat, I know how to hunt. If they get to our cattle, I know how to hunt. I'm going to go out and shoot deer. I'm going to be fine, right? That's what I've heard too. Well, not so fast, because could this be a prelude? Now, I'm asking you to think about this with me for a second. Could this be a prelude to the zombie apocalypse? Now, you may start laughing, but just stick with me on this. Zombie deer disease, a mad cow-like infection spreading in the U.S., explained. So this is a mad cow-like infectious disease that could turn the brains of deer, elk, and moose into Swiss cheese, folks. A mad cow-like infectious disease that can turn the brains of deer, elk, and moose into Swiss cheese is spreading in at least 24 states. And some experts are warning that it could eventually make its way into humans. Let me read that again. Experts are warning. What experts are warning? That it could eventually make its way into humans. How convenient. How convenient, especially in 2024, 24 states. Look, I'm asking you to bear with me on this. Leave your tinfoil thinking caps on and just let me finish this article. Known as chronic wasting disease, the fatal progressive neurodegenerative illness was first identified in the 1960s. Like mad cow, the disease is spread by prions, the zombie-like pathogenic proteins that aren't alive and can't be killed. When they infect an animal, they eat away at its brain, causing a cascade of symptoms that resemble dementia and eventually lead to death. While the disease is still rare, researchers believe it's more widespread than ever, due in part to how humans trade deer and other hoofed mammals. When are we going to start seeing the zombies, folks? When are we going to start seeing people drool at the mouth, foam at the mouth? I mean, we're already seeing aliens in the shopping malls, right? I don't think this is too far fetched. What we've seen over the last few decades is that slowly spreading in wild deer population, said Peter Larson, assistant professor in veterinary sciences at the University of Minnesota, who has been studying the pathogen. It's also spreading among captive deer, elk, and reindeer, which are transported around the country and overseas to hunting ranches. I have friends that go hunt at these ranches, folks, petting zoos, and Christmas themed farms. That's how the disease ended up in South Korea, Larson said. It's been identified in Canada and Norway too. When new outbreaks start, they're virtually impossible to contain because, unlike viruses and bacteria, prions can't be killed. That's also no good way to find them. There's also no good way to find them. So we're talking about an indestructible killer pathogen that could be lurking anywhere. I just think that this is a ticking time bomb. And when you know the agenda, folks, when you understand the agenda of growing our meat in a petri dish, and who owns that? Well, I can't say his name because it is Fluff Tube, but you all know who owns that, who's got that business cornered. Researchers have long wondered whether the disease like mad cow can make the leap into humans. Mad cow in people is known as variant Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. I think I said that right. I'm not sure. Late last summer, we got preliminary and a frightening answer in paper published in the journal Emerging Infectious Diseases. Researchers from Scotland and Canada showed via an experiment in a petri dish that prions from sick animals can indeed infect human cells. This really raised my antennas, folks. When I came across this article, I really started thinking to myself, wow, how convenient. Zombie deer disease infects humans, and then we have zombie humans. And how many times have you seen movies, predictive programming is what I call it, that are kind of pushing us in this direction, pushing our consciousness into this direction? Since then, there's been no direct evidence of human disease, even in people who ate meat that later tested positive for the pathogenic prion. Still, the experimental research spurred Michael Osterholm, director of the Center of Infectious Disease Research and Policy at the University of Minnesota, to compare chronic wasting disease to mad cow recently. I think it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before this disease spreads to humans. I think it's very likely. Now, I'm not trying to be a doomsday Dave here, but I think it's important we pay attention to things like this. What is zombie deer disease? Scientists don't know where the name zombie deer disease emerged. Instead, they referred to chronic wasting disease, a fatal progressive neurodegenerative illness believed to affect deer, elk, reindeer, and moose. It was discovered in farmed deer in Colorado in the 1960s, and it's been intriguing scientists ever since. The disease is caused by prion, which are not viruses or bacteria. Prions are almost indestructible pathogen proteins that trigger cells, particularly in the brain and spinal cord, to fold abnormally and start clumping. When that happens, the infected animals begin to develop an array of awful symptoms: dementia, hallucinations, and difficulty walking and eating. The animals eventually become wobbly and disoriented. Those symptoms worsen over time, and since there's no cure, they always lead to death. I don't know, folks. I have to say here that keep your eyes and ears open, folks. Zombie deer disease, a mad cow-like infection spreading in the U.S. When you understand what they're trying to do, and that's why they're pushing into these agendas like it's too hot outside. I got to be careful what I say here. Got to take care of the planet. Got to stop eating meat. Cows fart. Is it too far-fetched to say maybe, just maybe, this right here can be a prelude to leading into something else? I don't know. I lay it out for you all to play it out. Give me your thoughts down below. This is just another update. Folks, nothing surprises me anymore, and I think this could very well be something. And give me your thoughts down below. Leave a comment, and please like and subscribe and share. Thank you.